It is, Carol. A few years ago, I would never have imagined that I would define myself as a cat dad. I didn't think much of cats, really. I hated having hairs all over, and I used lint rollers like others would use paper towels. Then I met Monty. Today my outfit is not complete if there are no cat hairs to spot. I'm amazed how this little fellow which could change the way I think, feel, and live my life in such a significant way. This book is all about those small things that makes cats cats and humans defenseless while facing their mysterious powers. All right, a quote from Ernest Hemingway. A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings, but a cat does not. Come here. No, go away. I love you. No, I don't. Give me treats. Let me out. Carry me. Put me down. You're nice. No, you're not. Another quote, Kitty quote. One day I was counting the cats and I absent-mindedly counted myself. From Bobby Ann Mason. Well, aside from our regular menu, we have several items the chef just dragged in.
Come on, kitty, 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 babies. Kitty, 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 babies. This way. Kitty, 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 babies.
Cats are intended to teach us that not everything in nature has a purpose. Garrison Keillor. Remember to admire the beauty in all living things before you instinctively claw them to shreds. Time spent with a cat is never wasted. Sigmund Freud. What do you mean you don't have a leader? This next quote is from Dan Greenberg. There is, incidentally, no way of talking about cats that enabled one to come off as a sane person. Then they have a haunted house for cats. And, you know, I think I would have put in like a vacuum cleaner in there, but that's just me. Next quote. From Charles Dickens. What greater gift than the love of a cat?
Sorry.
Santa Claus won't share his boxes with nobody. This is from William S. Burroughs. You know a real friend? Someone you know will look after your cat after you are gone. And then, what's up with you? I'm just a wreck if I don't get my 21 hours. Next quote is from Jean Cocteau. I love cats because I enjoy my home, and little by little, they've become its visible soul. The reason cats have 9 lives. So, what is it this time? In or out? You know, this is funny. All right. Why is this funny? Because when I'm in my office working, the cats always want to come in. And I close the door, then they come in, and 1 minute later they want to leave.
Kitty, 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 baby.
They're crazy. They're all crazy. Those of you who have TikTok, I made a video yesterday of all the cats. They were in all of the chairs. I had no place to sit down. So, Gallant and Guinness were on the love seat. Jessie and Magnolia were sharing a chair. We're sharing a rocking chair. Another one of the lounge chairs had the pineapple house in it. And then there was a stool that we have, where I have it now, that our Smudge, our elder statesman, was in. So, next quote is from Mark Twain. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering, outspoken fellow. But the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. I'll tell you this one story too. It says, "Finally, you're home. The Christmas tree fainted." One year we had our Christmas tree up, and we didn't really put the Christmas tree up that much because, hello, Lost Girl, because of the cats. We always had issues with the cats climbing into the trees. Well, we had a little tree the one year. We put it on one little table. And wouldn't you know, not only did they knock it down, but they broke the base. We actually had, my brother, who's like really a whiz at things like that, he actually wired the Christmas tree to the ceiling so that the cats couldn't get to it. Crazy. What humans see, what cats see. Hello, Magic. Next quote is from James Herriot. Cats are connoisseurs of comfort. At the cat masseuse, first get some gentle pressure and then some soft claws. Next quote is from Jarrod Kintz. I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I can't go anywhere. Maybe I'll try to coax my cat off my lap so I can get up and move. All right, next is the catum. Just like the atom, the catum. Attracted to smaller objects and narrow places. Does not obey known physics. Next quote is from Michael Bjorn. My cat isn't insane. He just has an extraordinary imagination. This next one, we have all seen maps like this. A cat's map of the bed. You see the purring zone, where the food are, sleep area, heaving spot, napping quarters, foot attack zone, cuddle cave, which is never used. That's typical. Next quote is from looks like Seanan McGuire. When Rome burned, the emperor's cat still expected to be fed on time. This is Emperor Claudius's pole collection, never used. Oh. Yeah. Next quote is from Robert A. Heinlein. Women and cats will do as they please, and men and dogs should relax and get used to the idea. And it is cat kung fu. So, the cotton swab returns to challenge the master. That is awesome. You know why? Because every time I throw out a Q-tip, somebody digs it out of the trash. Every single time. I kind of have to break it, and kind of, break it all apart because they will drag it out. That's funny. That is so true. Next quote is from Elizabeth Peters. The way to get on with a cat is to treat it as an equal, or even better, as the superior it knows itself to be. And then we have a cat's decision-making tree. It says, is that for me? Yes or no? Yes, I don't want it. No, that's for me. Yeah, I should buy him some toys.
There you are.
This is the Sahara toilet, the biggest toilet in the world. This is actually a really, really cute book. I'm really glad I got this. It took forever, obviously, but it came from Denmark. Cat logic. Full, empty. And then a quote from Pam Brown. Cats can work out mathematically the exact place to sit that will cause the most inconvenience. Next quote is from Orhan Pamuk. Orhan Pamuk. Yeah, like a sandbox. After all, a woman who doesn't love cats is never going to make a man happy. Then they have a prescription for happiness. Yeah, this is a cool book. I got this from Monty. You know Monty, the very popular cat, internet cat. Next quote from Lillian Jackson Braun. Dogs have their day, but cats have 365. Then there's a picture of 3 cats that are bragging. I have a toilet that can clean itself. I get fresh tuna 3 times a day. Oh yeah? Well, I have my own YouTube channel. Next quote is from Marcy or Mars Maus, M-A-U-S-S. The cat is the only animal that has managed to tame man. Hi, Spiker. And then we got Pavlov's cat. The roles are a little bit reversed for Pavlov's cat. Next quote is from Cynthia E. Varnado. It is impossible to keep a straight face in the presence of 1 or more kittens. Next, it says, children are for people who cannot have cats. Yeah. Next quote is from Neil Gaiman, or Gaiman. I would like to see anyone, prophet, king, or god, convince 1,000 cats to do the same thing at the same time. Then, of course, we have the famous cat yoga class. Next quote is from Jules Verne. believe cats to be spirits come to earth. A cat, I am sure, could walk on a cloud without coming through. And then we have the pyramids. Nobody knew how much the old Egyptians actually worshipped cats. And it's got a picture of the pyramids, and it's got the underground and the true meaning of life. What jumpy video? What are you talking about? Next quote is from Jared Kintz, which I believe we've already read a quote from him before. He said, "Of all the things God created, from sunrises and rainbows to black holes and humor, cats are the most fascinating to me." You know what? I'm definitely seeing it jump a little bit. And on the seventh day, God gave his most precious creation over to the servants he had created for it. Next quote is from Terry Pratchett. "In ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods. They have not forgotten this. And then, when they develop religion, we must move quick and introduce us as gods." Next quote is from Kristen Cast. "Gods chose us. We do not own them." And it says, "What? He spent $500 on that thing and it doesn't even come with a box? It's useless." Next quote is from Jim Davis. You guys know who Jim Davis is? Jim Davis's quote is, "Way down deep, we are all motivated by the same urges. Cats have the courage to live by them." Jim Davis is the cartoonist for Garfield. He's the cartoonist. And then it says, "Sorry, but there is a wait. Everybody wants a window." That's kind of funny. Next quote is from Colette, Colette. "There are no ordinary cats." The next is a picture of an accountant cat, actually. "No, you cannot deduct your litter box just because you do your business there." Next quote is from Rod McEwen. "Cats have it all: admiration and endless sleep and company only when they want it." And then there's a picture here of the dot. I don't know what it is with this one, but it seems to talk directly to my primal instincts. Next quote is from Eugene Weber. "If cats could write history, their history would be mostly about cats." And then it says, "Glass of milk, please. Are you going to drink it or just knock it on over on purpose?" Hello, Aletta. How are you? Next quote is another quote from Ernest Hemingway. One cat just leads to another. The must-have books for every modern cat. And I'll read those to you. How to Take Over the World, Cat Logic, Volume 2, Human Behavior, 50 Shapes to Lay, the Loaf Edition, How to Catch the Red Dot, How to Liquefy, Meow in 128 Languages, and 1, 2, Cat 3, Cathematics Volume 1. Next quote is from Harry Swanson. No, Lost Girl, that would be the fix. So you need to fix that joke. And hopefully you'll be saved by zero. All right. So the Harry Swanson quote, you can't ever be a cat owner in the best of cases. It allows you to be their companion. All right. And then we got a Shakespeare quote, in or out? That is the question. It's not in excess. Guaranteed it's not in excess. And I am like an 80s music whiz. Next quote is from George Will. The phrase domestic cat is an oxymoron. Excuse me. Let me, did you say I was right? Is that what you said? That I am right? All right. Guys, I know they say that one man's trash is another man's treasure, but this has turned weird. And there she is scooping the litter box. House rules for the cat. The cat is not allowed to use the furniture. All right then, the cat can walk and sit and sleep on any of the furniture, but the kitchen counter is off limits. Yes, I am so right. Okay then, the cat can be on the kitchen counter too, just not when I'm cooking or preparing food. That's all. That's as far as I go. Okay, fine. The cat can go wherever it wants, whatever it wants, wherever it wants, as long as it doesn't swat me in the face at 5:30 in the morning, demanding to be fed. Deal? The cat will be fed at 5:30 in the morning. Next quote is from Albert Schweitzer. Man has two means of refuge from the miseries of life: music and cats. And then it says, what if cats weren't afraid of snakes? Then it's got Adam and Eve and the cat eating the snake. Next quote is from Unknown. Yes, Stacy, it was the fix. The quote is, any cat that fails to trap a mouse pretends that he was going after a dry leaf. Check it out, the new fancy sushi bar. Next quote is from Jules Renard. The ideal of calm exists in a sitting cat. Hello, Sharon. Oh, you're welcome, Sharon. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Colony Cats does really great work. Well, I know when you're calling me. I'd just like to see how many silly sounds you'll make before I turn around. That's gallant. Next quote is from Leonardo da Vinci. The smallest cat is a masterpiece. Then you got the mammal production facility, a cat's final stage. Hello, Catherine. I said that you should verify, not liquefy. This can't be undone. And you got a whole bunch of cats in bottles. Because you know they'd get in there. Next quote is from Walter Scott. Cats are mysterious. They have more on their mind than we could ever imagine. I'm trying to get this. Oh. Obviously, what jumping, I guess. Jumping on. Next quote is from Charles Bukowski. When I am feeling low, all I have to do is watch my cats and my courage returns. Thanks, Cat B. That's funny. You know, last week we had FFRC on the big TV, and we have two cats that like to jump up on where the TV is and just swat everything that goes by. Jackie got swatted quite a few times. I hope she didn't get hurt. And stay positive. Says, thank you for getting this book and supporting cats in need. Really, really nice book. And it says, oh, them cats. They're adorable, intelligent, and funny. That's a few of the many reasons so many people all over the world simply cannot stop falling in love with these magnificent creatures. This book has clever quotes and funny cartoons, all related to the everyday life we experience when living with cats. I'm really glad I got this. This was a really, really good book. Like I said, it took forever. And I know Monty is closing their online store. So I got that, and I got it cheaper than usual. I also wanted to let you know that Save a Fox Rescue just put out another children's book. And I just purchased that, so I should be getting that hopefully in time for next week. So we'll read some more Save a Fox. So I don't think I ever finished the Cattails. This is such a really, really great book. I really enjoyed this. I think I left off the next page. Herkimer. And again, this has Oh, you're welcome, Ms. M. I'm doing all right. There's quotes here, and then there's the story. First quote is from William Lyon Phelps. A cat pours his body on the floor like water. It is restful just to see him. And then another quote from Emile Auguste Cartier. Two things are aesthetically perfect in the world, the clock and the cat. And then there's a third quote here. The really great thing about cats is their endless variety. One can pick a cat to fit almost any kind of decor, color, scheme, income, personality, or mood. But under the fur, whatever color it may be, there still lies, essentially unchanged, one of the world's free souls. So let's talk about Herkimer. Herkimer, who is probably the cat that's on this table. Herkimer, in this primitive mode style of painting, depicts an exhausted cat who never exudes any more energy other than his trips to the feeding pan. So this unusually active cat and mouse game had to be put on canvas to verify that Herkimer does not have some stored energy that surfaces, but only when he desires. And I don't know if you can notice this, but there is the mouse that's dangling from his paw. Yes, Charles Wysocki is the painter. And he did this, he did a lot of these paintings in here. Really, really cool book. All right. So we got some more quotes, and hopefully I'm not going to... My foot's starting to fall asleep. You know what that means, right? It means it's going to be up all night. All right, the next quote is, "We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals." That's by Immanuel Kant. Next quote is from George Eliot. "Agreeable friends, they ask no questions, they pass no criticisms." Next quote is Carl von Vechten, "The Tiger in the House." "There's a feud between the cat and the dog, but this dislike is superficial and can, in most instances, be easily set aside. It is, to be sure, instinctive. Kittens with their eyes scarcely open have been known to spit at a dog. But cats who live with dogs usually do with dignity and ease. In many cases, a deep affection springs up between the two." All right. Oop, thank you. I put my, yep. Alrighty. "Marco turned and stood with his back against the door. The cat awakened and was gazing at him with her green eyes. She began to purr encouragingly. She really helped Marco to think. He was thinking with all his might and trying to remember. The cat meowed again, this time very anxiously indeed. The kittens heard her and began to squirm and squeak piteously. He put his hand out towards the kittens, and it touched something lying not far from them.
Come on, get going.
It must have been lying near his elbow all night while he slept.
Get on.
It was the key. It had fallen upon the shelf and not on the floor at all. No, Florida. Where am I? Yeah. Oh, here it is. Marco picked it up and then stood still for a moment. He made the sign of the cross. Then he found his way to the door and fumbled until he found the keyhole and got the key into it. Then he turned and pushed the door open, and the cat ran out into the passage before him." And that is from The Lost Prince from Francis Hodgson Burnett. Lost Girls, Ms. M, the mommy? Because there's another cat here who is really, really small, but is very vocal and just likes to lick the little kittens. I thought that was the mommy, but really small. All right, the next one, and this is a nice thing here. I'll show you the picture and then I'll read the. Oh, really? That is the mom. Okay. Let me see if I can find her, so I can bring her up. I think this is her. Let me know, Lost Girl, if this is her. Hey. Hey. Is this her? Oh. Oh. All right, I'll put you down in a second. Everybody wants to see your pretty face. All right? Because you're a sweet girl. You're a sweet girl. Where's your sweet girl? That's Ruby. Okay. Okay. Ruby, don't take your love to town. Hi. Look at all these little ones. I don't know, Marilyn. There's a lot of them here. Ruby. I just saw her. Yeah, is a tortie. Okay. Well, that complicates things a bit. Hi, Hensley. Hi, Jamie. Vern. Hi. All right. I don't know. I'll look for her again before I go. Anyway, nobody even commented on my little joke. That was a first edition joke. All right.
Okay, Bernie.
So this story is called Mabel the Stowaway. And if you see the picture, again, a great picture. The drawings in here are just first rate. Mabel smells travel coming on, and of course she wants to be a member of the group. The fact that her master will be studying species of those delectable winged creatures adds to her excitement. Making sure not to be left behind in a frozen, vulnerable-like state, she not only gets the attention she deserves, but also feels certain that our bird-loving ornithologist will find a spot for Mabel in whatever travel conveyance he chooses to employ. Happy trails, Mabel.
You get to go to bed in your bed.
All right, so a couple more quotes and another quote from Jim Davis here. Way down deep, we are all motivated by the same urges. Cats have the courage to live by them. There's another quote by Conrad Lorenz. Yes, Michelle H., that's a Kenny Rogers joke. And actually, I throw in the first edition joke because the group was Kenny Rogers and the first edition. Yes, somebody got my little quip. Ruby. There is some truth in the assertion that the cat, with the exception of a few luxury breeds such as Angora, Persians, and Siamese, is no domestic animal but a completely wild being. Maintaining its full independence, it has taken up its abode in the houses and outhouses of man. for the simple reason that there are more mice than there are elsewhere. That is from Conrad Lorenz, like Bill Lorenz, same spelling. All right. Yeah, I did show you that picture. A couple more. All right. Hey, who is under my feet? We got some more quotes here, and we got a lot of quotes here. First one is by Douglas Edwards. Handsome, precocious, determined, and at times downright devilish. If only people would make of life what a cat finds every day. Next quote is from Irving Townsend. Unlike us, cats never outgrow their delight in cat capacities, nor do they settle finally for limitations. Cats, I think, live out their lives fulfilling their expectations. Next quote is from Geoffrey Chaucer. Is that the guy who wrote the Canterbury Tales? I don't remember. It's been 40-something years ago. All right. Take a cat. Nourish it well with milk and tender meat. Make it a couch of silk. But let it see a mouse along the wall, and it abandons milk and meat and all. You know, I need to say this is a poem, so let me reread this so that it's from the poem. Take a cat, nourish it well with milk, and tender meat, make it a couch of silk. But let it see a mouse along the wall, and it abandons milk and meat and all, and every other dainty in the house. Such is the appetite to eat a mouse. There we go. Next quote is from Antoine de Saint somebody. Exubery. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. And then here's one from Anonymous. A cat can climb down from a tree without the assistance of the fire department or any other agency. The proof is that no one has ever seen a cat skeleton in a tree. All right. Next one is a quote from L.M. Montgomery from The Story Girl. There is nothing we could do now except pray to God to make Pat better, said Cecily. I must candidly say that her tone savored strongly of a last resort. But this was owing more to early training than to any lack of faith on Cecily's part. She knew and we knew that prayer was a solemn rite, not to be lightly held, nor degraded to common uses. Felicity voiced this conviction when she said, I don't believe it will be right to pray about a cat. I'd like to know why not, retorted Cecily. God made Patty just as much as he made you, Felicity King, though perhaps he didn't go to so much trouble. And I'm sure he's abler to help him than Peg Bowen. Anyhow, I'm going to pray for Pat with all my might and main, and I'd like to see you try to stop me. Of course, I won't mix it up with more important things. I'll just tack it on after I've finished asking the blessings before I say amen.
Kitty, 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 kitties.
All right. I want to show you this picture because, again, it's one of those awesome pictures. And this is a cat on a desk, and he's basically right by a sewing machine, and it's a Singer sewing machine. Isn't that a great picture? I haven't seen Corley today. So let me give you some of these quotes here. Dogs come when they're called. Cats take a message and get back to you later. And that's from Mary Bly. Next quote is from Sir Harry Swanson. You can't own a cat. The best you can do is be partners. The next little verbiage here is from Philippe Diole. Diole. I don't know. Hi! What is that? Is that Vern? I think that's... Or is that Hensley? I have to see the face. I think it might be Hensley. Alright. Yep. So now every time you see Ruby on the camera, you're going to have to start singing the Kenny Rogers in the First Edition song. Cat lovers will no doubt point out that the elegance and dignity of cats that are the consequence of their sojourn. Hi, Craig. Sojourn in the temples of the gods, where their attitudes and movements were regarded as divine prognostications. Be that as it may, it is obvious that the cat's wealth of expressions make it an ideal candidate for such a role. Unlike the dog, which either wags its tail or does not wag its tail, the cat possesses a wide range of means to convey its emotions. It arches its back, makes a fur stand on end, meows, rubs itself against furniture and against humans, purrs, lashes its tail, spits, and hisses. All right, so let's hear about Maggie the Messmaker. And again, this is Maggie the Messmaker. All right. Maggie came through the side door for this painting. That is, this cutie belongs to my son Matt's family. And after I paid the usual nominal cat modeling fee, Maggie became the star. Seeing her here deep in quiet repose after her mischief-making party is actually not the same feline when awake. She is the most aggressive of all the Wysocki family of cats and harbors an irascible spirit that surfaces often. So, even though in sleep she may appear to be the most joyous of felines, when awakened she can prove to be the most interesting and a study in catsophrenia. Maggie is a beautiful design in black and white, and I feel the perfect personality to give this painting the character desired. Sleep, deep, sweet, mess-making beauty. And it's funny because our Magnolia cat, I always call her Maggie. Maggie girl. All right. This is a really good picture, too. But before I show you the picture, let me read you some of the quotes. First one is from author unknown. Sandpaper kisses on a cheek or on a chin or a chin, that is the way for a day to begin. Sandpaper kisses, a cuddle, and a purr. I have an alarm clock that's covered in fur. Is this Ms. M? I think this might be Ms. M. I think. I don't know. She looks a little like a tortie. Yeah, she is a tortie. All right. Next one is from Hippolyte Taine. I have studied many philosophers and many cats. The wisdom of cats is infinitely superior. Next quote is from Tay Hohoff. Tay Hohoff. There are few things in life more heartwarming than to be welcomed by a cat. So let me show you this picture here, and I will read you the story. Because it's a wonderful picture. Come in. So this is called Max in the Adirondacks. All cats seem to have their favorite sleeping spot. For Max, it is the lure of the fishing shack, the angler's paraphernalia, the fishy smells, the tobacco fumes, and the warmth of the radio and overhead lights but all make for a cozy day. Of course, after a few of these pleasant snoozes, he must commit to his obligation of another exciting Catsy adventuresome column for the Catskill Fibber. I do too, Lost Girl. Max, being the laziest member of our brood, was my choice for this tranquil setting. Give me 1 second. Very cool. All right. Transaction pending, transaction pending. All right. Next quote is from Hildegard of Bingen. I welcome all creatures of the world with grace. Next quote is from Jean Burden. Prowling his own quiet backyard or asleep by the fire, he is still only a whisker away from the wilds. Next is from Sir Charles Waltham. The door crept open with a disregarded whine as a pair of steel blue eyes fixed upon two small plump feet, dangling from the sitting room chair. Her tongue swept over the right patch of whiskers as if to say, "Tender toes, beware!" Pressing her sleek gray body into the varnished wood floor, poised to pounce and take the fleshy prize, there could be only one master of this estate. And after all, it is a cat's condition to conquer and to reign. Yes, that's what I figured that was her. Hopefully, Ms. M, you're still on so you could see her. A couple more quotes on here. Next one is from Andrew Lang, and it's from Kisa the cat. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Once upon a time, there lived a queen who had a beautiful cat, the color of smoke, with china blue eyes, which she was very fond of. The cat was constantly with her and ran after her wherever she went, and even sat up proudly by her side when she drove out in her fine glass coach. Next one is from Louisa May Alcott from Little Men. Thus encouraged, Daisy read her little paper, which was listened to with respectful attention. The cat! The cat is a sweet animal. I love them very much. They are clean and pretty and catch rats and mice and let you pet them and are fond of you, and they are fond of you if you are kind. They are very wise and can find their way anywhere. Little cats are called kittens and are dear things. I have two named Huzz and Buzz, and their mother is Topaz because she has yellow eyes. All right. Oh, another great picture. This one doesn't have as much detail, but it's not needed because you kind of know what this story is going to be about. All right. This is called Millie's Cat. There really isn't much to say about this primitive style version of my dimpled darling daughter's playfellow. The early American oval rug has been the cat's mattress for years, as has the ball. It is simply a lovable portrait of Millie's cat. Oh, you're welcome. You saw her. That's great. So we got a couple more quotes here. First one is from Michael de Montagne. When I play with my cat, who knows if I am not a pastime to her more than she is to me. Next one is from Christopher Smart. For he purrs in thankfulness when God tells him he's a good cat. For he is an instrument for the children to learn benevolence upon. Next one is from a children's nursery rhyme. I love my little kitty. Her coat is so warm. And if I don't hurt her, she'll do me no harm. I won't pull her tail or drive her away. And Kitty and I very gently will play. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure my blood sugar's not gone through the roof. That's not great. Let me take a little insulin here. Oh, good. It was off camera. Alrighty. I play with my cat. Alright, so we're done that page. Hello, Vince. We're going to talk about Monty, and not the Monty that we just read about. This is Monty, who is a black and white cat with a little white patch that looks like a heart. Liz and I, while on a trip to Morro Bay, California, stopped in a turnout at Montana de Oro State Park to stretch and take a short walk in the woods. Now, my sugar's a little high, Lost Girl. I actually ate before here, and I didn't give myself as much insulin as I should have, so I'm okay. I just kind of just gave myself a shot. I should be okay. After only a few minutes, up came a little kitten that looked somewhat lost and forlorn. Right from the beginning, we knew that he was no normal cat, almost all black, white spots on his chest and rear toes, and obviously malnourished from an early age. This was one smart cat, though. He took about 30 seconds to worm his way into our hearts, into a one-way trip back home. Monty, besides occasionally assuming an out-of-this-world regal aura, is the house clown. He has a condition in which his coordination is off-kilter. Instead of walking like a normal cat, yay, we know what Monty's condition is called, don't we? Look at his look how he's walking. We know what his condition is. He has a condition in which his coordination is off kilter. Instead of walking like a normal cat, he moves his back legs like a kangaroo. He flips over, flops unexpectedly, and jumps higher and higher only to crash. And he runs full gallop headlong into a wall. We grit our teeth waiting for the dull thud. Monty's never-ending supply of nervous energy and gallishness make for some entertaining times. Yes, Ms. M, I'm okay. I'm just excited because we all know what this cat Monty's condition is, because we are all well aware of it. It is a wonder he isn't loony. Maybe he is. We could call him our recovering crashaholic because of so many painful contacts. Maybe he is finally beginning to realize his limitations. I don't think so. I believe that Monty is destined for limited stardom as our private, lovable jester. Awesome. You know, it doesn't mention CH in here, but it's obvious that Monty has CH. And he's probably medium CH. Yeah, I think I know I have. A couple more quotes here. First one is from George Friedley. 4 little Persians, but only one looked in my direction. I extended a tentative finger, and 2 soft paws clung to it. There was a contented sound of purring. I suspect on both our parts, and that was from George Friedley. Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm okay. 15 minutes from now, I'll take my sugar again. See, I got this Freestyle Libre, so all I have to do is scan my phone, and it instantly gives me my blood sugar. It's kind of cool. It only lasts for 2 weeks. So, next quote is from Winifred Carrier. Bless their little pointed faces and their big, loyal, loving hearts. If a cat did not put a firm paw down now and then, how could his human remain possessed? All right. So actually, I'm going to stop it here, and I am going to use one of these postcards so that I can... It's awesome. Awesome. I love that story about Monty. It didn't mention CH, but yeah, it's kind of cool. It's they make a couple of them now where you don't have to prick your finger, and it is kind of cool. And then of course, here's the best part. I just take my phone. And then I just take my phone and just wave it over. And there it goes. And it's telling me my blood sugar's 278, which is not good. Oh, thank you, Cat B. I appreciate that. So I'll be in next week, but I will not be in 2 weeks. Because I'm going to be traveling to Philadelphia in 2 weeks, because if everybody knows that we are having a memorial for my wife. Thank you, Craig. So I'll be traveling to the Philadelphia area on that Wednesday, just wrapping some things up, and we're going to have that Memorial Day weekend, and I'm kind of thinking, I don't know. I really wanted to catch a Phillies game while I was in Philadelphia, but they're not in town. But they are going to be in Cincinnati on Memorial Day. So I'm thinking maybe I'll drive to Cincinnati and catch the game in Cincinnati. Have some chili. The Cincinnati chili that they put a little bit of chocolate in, and they put it over spaghetti, and maybe that's what I'll do. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. And I appreciate that, Vince. It's kind of weird that she passed away over 6 months ago. It's very strange. I feel like sometimes I'm in the Twilight Zone. Thank you, everybody. I am going to get going. I also want to kind of clean up that little mess I have there. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Ms. M. And also, Lost Girl. I think Jackie put this book here for me, but I have like a bunch of copies of Betty Tales, This True Story of a Brave Bobblehead Cat. You can have that. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Look at these. Look at this.